Wait, what?
What is up, guys? It's me, Janet, and I'm back with another video. Today's video is a flight attendant video. Basically, I went on YouTube. I went on Instagram and I asked you guys, ask me anything, literally with no boundaries. Ask me any question as long as it's flight attendant related. And you guys went a little crazy, okay? You guys actually asked me questions like with zero boundaries. So let's get straight into the video. I'll basically just read out all the questions I have. I'll put up all the questions on the screen right now, so let's get straight into the video. So the first question is, was it difficult to get in and how was the process like? So getting in, for me, I feel like getting in was not difficult and the process was actually pretty easy. I'll go straight up through it with you guys, but I just want to say I feel that from all my years of experience and talking to my different friends and stuff like that, I realized that it's easier for someone who is not 100%, how do I say, someone who's not desperate to enter to get through than someone who's crazy desperate to enter to get through. I don't know if that makes any sense, but it's a very common story that you get where they accompany their friends to go for the interview and they end up getting the job and not their friends, or people who desperately wanted the job, tried for 3-4 times, some people even 8 to 10 times, and then they finally got it. Or some people who just went for the interview and got the job, they didn't really care less. I am one of the person, I was and still am kind of one of the person who went for the job, didn't really care much, but ended up getting the job. My first airlines, by the way, just a backstory before I get into this. I am a flight attendant. I've been flying for a total of 5 years now, and I've been in 2 different airlines. My first airlines was a budget airlines in Singapore, and I'm currently flying for a national carrier. So yeah, got kind of the insights into both different types of airlines, so I'll be talking about both different types throughout all these questions and everything throughout this video. Anyway, so back to the question, was it difficult to get through? I feel like it wasn't difficult for me because I didn't really care. My first interview was in Singapore, and I was kind of it was my first time trying out. I was like, yeah, whatever, if I get, I get, if I don't get, I don't get. I tried it out and I ended up getting it. Completely love flying, and then I quit in Singapore and I was backpacking around. And when I came for my current airline interview, I was exactly the same. I was like, yeah, whatever, if I get, I get, if I don't get, I don't get. I kind of wanted it though, but at the same time I was like, you know what, whatever. There came to a point throughout the interview, it was, oh my god, my interview was 12 hours long, guys. It was 8 a.m. till 8 p.m. and there came a time where I was just tired, I was hungry, I was exhausted. I just wanted to get out of there. Throughout the whole interview process and stuff, I made a couple of friends, and I was telling the girls, I was like, you know what, I'm out of here. I think I'm going home. And they were honestly the ones who were like, come on Janet, you can do it, please, it's just the last few rounds, you'll regret it if you walk out now. So I was like, okay fine, you know what, I'll just wait. And then I ended up getting it. I know stories of people who try multiple times, try just 1-2 times, but I feel the tip here is to relax. Honestly, relax, because the people going for this interview, I tell you, half of them are just so stressed out and nervous. To be a flight attendant, you need to be able to communicate. You're able to keep a conversation going. If you're stressed out, people can see it. You need to be very relaxed. The moment you walk into the interview building, people are already watching you. The way your body language, the way you talk to people, the way you move, sit, talk, smile, walk, people are watching everything. So I feel you being stressed out does not help the situation. So the best thing you can do if you really want to become a flight attendant is just to relax before your interview. Someone else asked, has boredom ever strike you in this career, and loneliness? If yes, how do you handle it? I feel for me, boredom has never really struck me because you're always doing a new thing. You're always in a new country, you're always in a new destination, you're always flying with new sets of crew. It can be kind of freaky sometimes, kind of scary. You're always flying with new set of crew, you don't know who you're flying with, and you're always going to new destinations you don't know. It's never boring. One thing about flight attending is it's never boring. It can be anything, but it's never boring. That's actually one of the reasons that made me fall in love with flying. I hate routine and the same thing every day. It kind of I get bored very easily. So this job, it always spikes things, new things comes up. You're always going to different destinations, you're always flying with different people, which is always fun. You make new friends, and no, you never feel lonely. I mean, maybe to a certain degree, sometimes you feel lonely, certain times when I'm in the hotel room, because I get a whole hotel room to myself, and sometimes that could get kind of lonely if I don't go out. But you have the option is in your hands, because crew, we always talk among each other and we are like, hey, what are you doing when we touch down? Are you going out? Are you going out? And we're always everybody's always super friendly. We're always inviting each other and stuff like that. So if you pick the choice to stay in the hotel room, you might end up being lonely or feeling lonely, whatever. I usually only stay in the hotel rooms if I have something to film, I am tired and I don't want to go out, or I need to video call my boyfriend, video call someone. Yeah, I need Wi-Fi to do something. I have something, basically I only stay back in the hotel room if I have something to do, or I just want to chill, have a quiet Netflix night by myself. But other than that, I'm usually always out with the girls, with the crew, with the guys, whatever. We're always out eating, exploring, hanging out. If you have the day off, drinking sometimes. So it's always a fun environment. Next question, do you get worried traveling? If so, how? What? Do you get worried traveling? If so, how? I think she meant like, do you get worried traveling, and if so, how you deal with it? When I first started flying, I was kind of worried because like I don't know places, I didn't know anything. But as I mentioned, crew always goes out together as a bunch. So there's nothing to worry about, to be honest. Your seniors will teach you, and soon enough you will become a senior, you will teach your junior. It's just a cycle. So yeah, there's nothing to worry about. And most countries are pretty simple, as if they understand English, you're safe. If it's a country that English isn't their first language, or most of them don't speak English, then it's going to be kind of like a hassle. But honestly, people are so sweet. Every country I've been to, people are very, very nice. You can ask for help. They will go out of their way to even like help you, like use Google Translate on their phone even though you don't have data. So there's nothing to be worried about. Also, I started backpacking alone. Like when my first year of flying, I started backpacking alone, and that actually brought me out of my shell. So just try being friendly, make friends, meet new people. That's one of the ways that you can kind of help with the situation and not feel worried. So the next question I have is, how much do you earn? So now we're getting a little more juicy. Well, this differs from what airlines. Okay, wait. First of all, I'm assuming you're asking me how much do I earn, and that differs from month to month depending on a couple of things. I will tell you guys shortly. But if you guys are asking me how much do I earn in hopes to understand like how a flight attendant earns, that one is different because different airlines have different like ways of paying their crew, different policies and stuff like that. I'm just gonna break it down for you. So certain airlines, you go to your destination. At the reception there, you get your allowance for that trip. So you can either spend it on the trip or save it, but you get your allowance at the concierge of the hotel. And some airlines, like my airlines, my current airlines and my previous airline, we get paid in our salary. Like we get paid end of the month. Actually, my previous airlines, they divide it into 2 salaries. So on the 14th we get our allowances, and on the 25th we get our basic. But in this airline, they combine everything. So my current salary could vary between anything as low as honestly 1,200 if I don't work, if I don't have any flights, because my basic is 1,200, to like 6,000, 7,800, 8,000, depending on how much of flights you do and what type of flights you do. We have flights with like high allowances and flights with like really low allowances. For example, like if I were to do an Australia route or in New Zealand route, my allowances will be way higher. So yeah, it varies depending on how many flights you have, where you're going to, how many hours you have, because some airlines pay you from chocks on to chocks off, which means from the time the aircraft takes off till the time the aircraft lands, how many hours, and you get paid per hour. So for example, if it's like 20 ringgit per hour or $20 per hour, it counts on your flight time. However, I am so fortunate to be in an airline that pays us from sign on to sign off. So that means from the time I set foot in my briefing room, I click sign on until the time my aircraft stops and it chocks off, I get paid for literally every second. So that is awesome. So any delays, I still get paid. Last time if there's a massive delay, I don't get paid for anything. So a lot of airlines, you don't get paid. I feel like you need to do your research on the airline before joining it, because most of the things I just kind of like went and then learned around the way. I didn't even know like things like this existed. Next up, someone asked me, hey girlfriend, can a non-citizen apply for a flight attendant position in Malaysia? And the answer is, I have no idea. The thing is, Malaysia Airlines, my current airline, we hire Japanese crew, Korean crew, because we do a lot of Japanese and Korean routes and we need Japanese and Korean crew. We have currently existing Indian crew, like from India, because we do India routes. However, I do not know if we are still hiring. We used to have a lot of international crews, but right now we don't do that many international flights. So some of our international crews still remain. We have a South African crew, a Mexican crew, so yeah, and Indian crew. We have a lot of Japanese and Korean crews because we still fly to Japan and Korea. So to answer your question, what I know of personally was that no, they hire Malaysian citizens. However, I think there is an exception to Koreans and Japanese, because they do like a certain Korean and Japanese intake. Again, you only do Korea and Japan road. Next question. question is how to be confident. Good question. Fake it till you make it. No, just kidding. For me personally, I can't tell you how to be confident because I don't know what like kind of triggers your confidence. That even a thing? I don't know. Like I don't know what makes you confident. But for me personally, if I look good, I feel good, and that is honestly my key to confidence. Like I honestly love fashion. The reason why I love dressing up well is because it makes me feel good as a person and automatically feel confident. Another thing that helps me feel confident, especially in the industry that I'm working in, is knowing your stuff. Honestly, I feel like how do I say, like for example in my day-to-day life, the way I feel confidence is when I look good, I feel good, I smell good, I feel like, oh yeah, I'm confident, I can take over the world, I can rock up here. But when I'm working, sometimes when you're like, for example, you're new, you just joined an airline, right? And you want to be confident, you want people to think that you're confident at least. Honestly, I feel like one of the major key is to know your stuff, study up your manual, study up your rules and regulation, what you can do, what you can't do. SOP, standard operating procedure. Know your SOP, because if you know your SOP, no one can touch you. Next question, worst experience. That is a very wide question. Worst experience. What is my worst experience flying? Oh, I know what my worst experience flying is. When I got a extremely racist remark. Actually, I had a very racist remarks against my race, my hair, telling me that I'm not gonna say what exactly happened, but basically a superior to me was very racist, and I mean she was dealt with at the end of the day. I didn't have to deal with her. I literally just told her I have nothing to say to you. Everybody's entitled to their own opinion, and I went along with my life. But it honestly did like really bother me. It really like taunted me to a point where I was at a point I never let down my hair. I was like tying my hair up like for a period of time, because honestly she was making like a bunch of different comments that kind of had like a really deep scar in me. But yeah, I didn't have to say a word because everybody on the flight saw it and they all heard it, they all felt it, and she was dealt with basically. Most disgusting thing you've seen. Let me list down. I've seen people on the toilet, because people really hate locking the toilet door. I have no idea why. Dude, this light is really bothering me. Let's move our seat right now. Yes, this is so much better. I'm sorry guys about that, but that light on my chest was really bothering me. Anyway, so as I was saying, I have seen people taking crap. I've seen vomit happening. People literally projectiling vomit onto my floor, literally right next to my jump seat, and I had to sit with that during landing. That was disgusting. At this point, honestly, I feel like nothing can really disgust me anymore. I've seen really bad things. So, ever seen someone attempt to join the Mall High Club? Yes, as a matter of fact, I have actually walked in on 2 people enjoying their Mall High Club. Again, forgot to lock the toilet door. I was being innocent, was gonna clean up the toilet. I got my spray in my hand, I got my gloves on, opened the toilet door, and immediately slammed the door back. And I was like, and that's something I definitely can't unsee. It was something I still remember that so vividly. It was funny. It was so funny. I literally slammed the door and I went to the galley and I was laughing. I started laughing. I told all my crew what happened, and we basically judged passengers for the rest of the flight. Next question. How many hours for you to prepare prior to reporting time? Let's see. Okay, so I think it takes me about approximately 20 to 30 minutes to get ready. It takes me exactly 15 minutes to do my hair and makeup, and then it takes me probably 5 to 10 minutes depending on my mood for the day, if I'm in a rush, if I'm not, if I'm enjoying the hot water too much. My back hurts, sorry. If I'm enjoying the hot water too much or not. But yeah, basically it takes me about 5 to 10 minutes to shower, 15 minutes to put on my makeup, do my hair, and then I just change to my uniform and leave for the flight. Next question. What are the cons of being a flight attendant? Honestly, I feel like one of the biggest con for me, missing things. Like I miss birthdays, I miss literally Christmas. Oh my god, I missed Christmas for 5 years, and last year was the first year I celebrated Christmas with my family. I had off one day, just one day. On Christmas Day I had day off one, and then the next day on the 26th I had an early morning flight. So literally we had to celebrate Christmas on Christmas Eve because like I came back from a Jakarta flight on Christmas Eve. I still remember that. And then we celebrated our Christmas on Christmas Eve. Christmas Day, I slept in obviously because we spent the night a bit late. And then Christmas night, I had to sleep about 9 p.m. because the next day I had a reporting at 4 in the morning for a Hong Kong flight. I still remember that so vividly. I'm like, sacrifices. And this year, my birthday actually in a couple of days. I don't know if this video is going up after my birthday or before my birthday. My birthday is on 21st of March. But yeah, this year on my birthday day, I'm doing an Auckland flight. I'm not even in Auckland. I'm doing the flight on my birthday day. And that's like a 10 and a half hour flight. So yeah, I'm spending my birthday, 10 and a half hours of my birthday in an aircraft this year. Way to celebrate me being 24. Next question. Have you ever sat in someone's food? What the heck do you think I am? Of course not. Of course not. I've never actually done that. I'm not an animal. I've never done that. That's just disgusting. That's pure evil, guys. Most annoying thing a passenger can do. Oh, yes. I know the classic one. The most annoying thing a passenger can do is when one person asks for a drink, I take the drink order and I go to the galley. I come back to serve the drink. The person right next to this person will be like, actually, can I get a water too? And I'm like, okay, sure. I take the water, I come back, and the person next to them, could I get a cup of tea? I'm just like, yo, anyone around the circumference would like to order a drink right now while I'm here? Let me just take your orders, go to the galley, make them real quick, and I'll come back to you guys. So anyone else would like to place an order? Honestly, that's what I feel like I would like to say. I feel like if you guys watched one of my first flight attendant videos ever I made was a flight attendant expectation versus reality. This was one of it. Dude, this is like a major pet peeve, mate. This is like a major pet peeve. I feel like any cabin crew will tell you, will agree. Okay, yo, if you guys are a cabin crew and you're watching this right now, let me know what is your major pet peeve because this bothers the freak out of me. I try to be really nice. I try to smile 24/7 on my flight. I try to be really friendly with my passengers. But when things like this happen, I kind of lose my patience. You know, I mean, I'm still smiling, but I'm more of like, sure, I'll come back to you shortly. Just give me a second. Here you go. Yeah, that's a different kind of smile. Have you ever been in an emergency situation? Actually, I have, but I haven't. I have been in a situation where we had to prep for an emergency situation. Like the captain has briefed us on all the top major things. We've already recited our commands. We've already prepared everything. Not in my current airline, so in the one before this. I think like 3 years into flying. Was it 3 years or about going on my 4th year? Yeah, about 3 years into flying. We had to prepare for an emergency evacuation. It was a land evacuation, no problem. I can deal with that. I just hate ditching. I hate ditching. I can't swim, so I hate ditching with a passion. And that's another question actually. Hold on, sidetrack. That's another question a lot of people always ask me, which is not part of the question list. But if you don't know how to swim, can you become a flight attendant? Yes, you can, because in the training, you wear life vest. Even in real life situation, you have your own life jacket, you have your own life vest, your crew life vest. So don't even worry about it. Yeah, you can float around. So you don't need to know how to swim. Just basically know how to move your body. But back to the question. I have had to prepare for an emergency landing, but thank God we never needed to actually do it. Once we landed, captain was like, cabin crew at station, cabin crew at station. So we didn't need to proceed with the evacuate, release seatbelt, here's yeah, we didn't need to do that. Next question. What is the minimum height for Malaysia Airlines and what is your height? I actually do not know what is the minimum height requirement for my airline, but my height is 5'5". I am 165. Next question. You are talented. Oh, thank you. It's so annoying. Oh, thank you. But thank you. You're talented. Would you try SQ or Emirates in the near future? Just wondering. For those of you who don't know what SQ is Singapore Airlines. Actually, I have tried Emirates and I got the job, but I didn't take the job for some personal reasons. So yeah, I decided to stay closer to everybody that I love. Next question. Has boredom ever struck? Oh wait, I think I already answered this. I would like to see more of your layover videos and how you spend your time in countries. Honey, be subscribed to this channel. Turn on my post notification bell. Trust me, a lot of flight attendant videos are up and coming. I've already started posting a bunch and I will be posting a crap ton more. Coffee, tea or me? You boo. Oh, how did you adjust or adapt to the grooming standards since you're dark skinned with curly hair? Honestly, I feel like you just have to find whatever suits you the best, what compliments your look more. It looks beautiful, it's neat, it's put together, you look beautiful, you look stunning. They're not gonna say anything about it. They're gonna approve it as long as it doesn't look messy. Next question. Has a passenger ever asked you out? If so, tell us the best. Yes, I have been flying for 5 years now. I have probably gotten asked out probably more than 100 times. Like, I'm not exaggerating, probably more than 100 times. It's just a very common thing. It's not like I'm like, oh yeah, I'm really hot, I get asked out more than 100 times. No, I think like, first of all, probably because I'm like super friendly, I talk to everyone, so they think it's easier to ask a person out. And secondly, I think it's just the fact that I'm a flight attendant that people are like, ooh, she's a flight attendant, I'm gonna ask her out, you know what I mean? So yeah, they're just like giving it, trying the shot, trying like, hit me with the best shot if they get through or not. But I've only ever gone out on a date with one passenger, and that was because I was actually forced to. The passenger would not like leave me alone until I would go out with him. And since I started dating my boyfriend, we've been together for like 2 years now. So since I got together with Tom, I have been wearing a ring on my finger to hopefully act like I'm engaged so people don't ask me out. But for some freaking reason that doesn't work. People don't see my hand. No one sees my hand. They still ask me out. And I'm like, you know, I put this on so I can save myself the whole I have a boyfriend talk, because I feel like the minute you say I have a boyfriend, people just assume you're lying. Even though I really do have a boyfriend, I feel like people will assume you're lying. So to save myself the trouble, I just, you know, act like I'm engaged. I put this ring on my finger, but no one gives a crap. The funniest story was actually one of the most recent ones. Happened like, I think a month or 2 months ago. This was funny. It was a passenger on which flight? One of my, I think it was my Brisbane flight. So at the end of the flight, he was sitting in zone C, and zone C is like the middle zone. So he was sitting in the middle zone. Everybody has disembarked. After him, there's zone D. So literally he waited for the whole site to disembark. Everyone has disembarked. He was the last passenger, and I was like following, escorting the last passenger out. And when I passed by his seat, he told me, hey, I have a complaint. And I was like, yes sir, how can I help you? And he was like, my complaint is that I don't have your number. Which too, I still remember this vividly. Okay, wait. The reason why I remember this whole situation is because this passenger was basically a bum. He was so mean. He was so rude. It was really funny though. He was such a savage, but he was so mean. I was so pissed off. Anyway, so he said, I don't have your number. Then I started laughing, and he was like, okay, so can I get your number? And I was like, do you want my boyfriend's number as well? And I mean, I was just joking. I didn't want to be like, oh no thank you, because it just gets really awkward. So I like joking back with them. So I was like, okay, sure, would you like my boyfriend's number as well? And he says, it's just your boyfriend, right? And I was like, this is so embarrassing. And I was like, not for long. I show him my ring, and he says, with a ring like that, okay. I was so speechless. I was like, okay, first of all, the reason why I was so embarrassed is because my sister has multiple times, my sister has been telling me, Janet, get a better ring or don't wear this damn ring, because the ring is a plastic ring. It's a metal ring, but my diamond inside, the crystal diamond thing, is plastic, okay? You can tell it's a fake. It's not a real diamond ring. And I was always like, no, it looks real. It looks cute. Like it looks like a ring, like an engagement ring, you know? So when this passenger tells me with a ring like that, okay, and walks away, I was so pissed off. I couldn't answer. Okay, first of all, I was pissed that I didn't get the last say, and I was also pissed that he was like such a savage about it. And I was also pissed because like I was like, damn it, my sister told me that this looks like a plastic ring, and now it just slapped in my face. But I still wear the same ring anyway. I really don't care. But that was a moment I will never forget. That wait, do I even have more questions? Nope, that's it. That concludes my questions. I still have questions coming in, but those are the ones I screenshot. I'm gonna end this video right now, so I'm not gonna answer the rest of questions. Maybe I can do a part 2. If you guys have any other questions you want me to answer, let me know in the comments down below, and I shall answer it for you. So yeah, that's this video, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you guys want more flight attendant related videos, you guys want to keep updated with my videos, don't forget to click the subscribe button below and turn on my post notification bell, because I realized that a lot of people keep telling me like, oh yeah, I'm subscribed, but you haven't posted a video in a while. I'm like, sweetheart, I post a video every day. I love you guys so much. Thank you for watching my videos. If you guys like my video, don't forget to give it the usual thumbs up, and if you're feeling extra awesome, don't forget to click the subscribe button below, because I upload my videos every single Mondays, and for the month of March, I upload my videos 3 times a week. I love you guys so much, and I'll see you in my next video. Mwah! Bye bye.